So we'll see you back at 2:30. We have Dr. Branca Paul, who was personal physician to Dr. Lucy and Fatima. She's speaking at 2:30. So we'll see you back at 2:30 and enjoy your lunch.
Good afternoon. Hello. I want to begin to tell you how much happy I am to be here and to share with you some experiences of my life that are unforgettable. I used to say that if I could live 1,000,000 of years, I never would be the same, until I became the doctor of Sister Lucy. I have been a doctor for 15 years, and I was present at the moment that she passed away. But I will begin to show you a little bit of a film where we can hear and listen to some words that I think are much more significant, and that she wrote in the book Calls to Fatima, that is really an important book for Catholics in 21st century. It's Cardinal Ratzinger that told her, and here is a book that's very, very important to know the message of Fatima, yes, the cause of the message of Fatima, what it means indeed, and above all, what is important in the message of Fatima. There is some wrong interpretations, perhaps, but here it's the explanation of everything. Now, let's start to hear some words of Sister Lucy that she wrote in this book. We are all pilgrims on our way to eternity, whether we know it or not. Our life here on earth is over in a flash, whereas eternity abides unchangingly forever. With the help of God and in order to carry out His will, I have today finished this humble work of explaining and interpreting the appeals of the message of Fatima. Please do not look at this communication as something that comes from myself. Look upon it rather as the echo of the voice of God. It's with my eyes fixed on the way of truth that I shall endeavor to explain the message to you exactly as God entrusted it to me and gave me to understand what it means. So, Sister Lucy
to deliver to the world, and God knows how to authenticate the message He sends, not with the wisdom of the world, but with the weakness and littleness of the instrument He chose to use. The way was not easy. When someone is chosen by God, they must always expect the cross, which is His seal and His signature. As soon as the apparition began, little Lucia saw her whole way of life changed.
I think that she wrote this book to give a synthesis of all the Fatima message, because at each step, every now and then, people would come to ask for the meaning of this or that. Sometimes they wrote to her, at other times they transmitted to Mother Prioress and the other sisters, these difficulties to be asked to Sister Lucia. Hesitations, doubts, questions, and so she decided finally to write this book in an attempt to answer all questions. I believe that it is well clear that she did not want people to take it as a personal initiative, but instead to take it as the essence of the Fatima message, as a transmission given by Our Lady herself. It is not from Sister Lucia. She wanted instead that people would take this book as the essence of the Fatima message, which in reality it is, as given by Our Lady herself and not from Sister Lucia.
So Sister Lucy had the preoccupation to tell that these were not words from herself, but words that came from heaven. So Sister Lucy, it's why Sister Lucy was asked by Our Lady to learn to read. She was asked to learn to read. Why? We could ask ourselves. The cousins were asked to learn to read. Why Sister Lucy? And she understand later, much later, when she learned to read the Bible, that this appeal was for her, yes, just to write the book, to put it in a way that everyone could read it, but also to all of us, to all of people in the world, just to learn to read the Bible, because the Bible is the essential of the message of Fatima. Our Lady comes just to intercede, because God is too much offended. And Our Lady, as a mother, came just to remind us that we are offending God and we are losing our souls. And if we lose our souls, they are lost forever and for eternity. Because life in the earth is very short. And if we lose our souls, we lose for eternity. But I want to begin to speak more about Sister Lucy in this moment, because I think everybody wants to know things about her. And I will start by saying that her personality was very common. She was a very common person, very simple, very humble. We could thought that because she had seen Our Lady, she was full of pride or something like that. No, she was the most humble person that I known in my life. She was at the same time full of joy. She was always joking with everybody, with the nuns, with me. She loved to joke with me and about several things. She speak about everything. She didn't have things that she didn't talk about. She was very humble and full of joy. She was always laughing. She laughed with nuns. She laughed about. She was full of joy just because she was full of hope. Just Father Mars told yesterday, she was sure that at the end, the Immaculate Heart of Mary will triumph. So she was with the heart full of hope. So she joked about
in today's
many
world,
things. Yes.
where disobedience.
But above all, she was obedient. And now, about the obedience, I want to tell you that Sister Lucy has a story that we can see in the film about the seventh apparition, and we can talk about the obedience more clearly apart that.
Against the 10 Commandments is so evident in all walks of life. Can Sister Lucy tell us something about the importance of obedience from her own life experience?
Bem, é uma pergunta muito importante.
Well, it is a very important question to which only today we can answer, because now we know the personal diary of Sister Lucia, which states the following. She tells that our
Poderoso, acolhe teu.
What?
In today's world, where disobedience against the 10 Commandments is so evident in all walks of life, can Sister Lucy tell us something about the importance of obedience from her own life experience?
Bem, é uma pergunta muito importante.
Well, it is a very important question to which only today we can answer, because now we know the personal diary of Sister Lucia, which states the following. She tells that Our Lady promised and asked them to come 5 more times to the COVID area, and the little ones came there in obedience to Our Lady. That's why Francisco was very worried that on August 13th they were disobeying Our Lady, since they were kidnapped by the mayor of Oran.
Se calhar Nossa Senhora não vai aparecer porque não fomos.
He kept wondering. Perhaps Our Lady did not show up at the COVID area, since we did not go there. And Our Lady on this May 13th asked them to come 5 times till October, and then that she would come yet the 7th time.
Venham vocês ver.
Up to the present time, this 7th apparition was puzzling and made people wonder. Did Our Lady come a 7th time? And when did she come, and how did she come?
Quando veio ou como veio.
After 1920, the 2 little shepherds were already in their tombs, and Lucia remained alone. She was like a ball being tossed from one place to the other, in such a way that Lucia almost got sick because of this situation. She had been taken away from her own family to live with wealthy goodwill Catholic families in both Lisbon and Leiria. In the meantime, came the new bishop Don José, whose first intention was to look up the Fatima events, and second, to contact the only remaining seer, which was Lucia. So the girl came to see her bishop, who already had a plan for her. He proposed to Lucia, "You have to go away from your family and from Fatima. You have to go to an unknown place." And so he organized that she would change her name. She could not reveal to anyone who she was, where she came from, which family, and to no one she could ever say that she was the Fatima seer. So she could not speak about Fatima and could no longer contact anyone from her family, even her own mother.
Vai ser todo este contacto com
The only possible contact was through a priest through whom the letters of Lucia and their mother were corresponding.
um lado e para outro. E era o intermediário. Quando no dia, portanto, estava
Our departure to Porto in the north was set for June 16, 1921, and so Lucia, 14 years old, went to say farewell to the places of the great events, also to the houses and of course to the people.
todos os lugares dos grandes acontecimentos, também das casas de
And so she came to the covered area
daquele lugar onde Nossa Senhora
by the place of the apparitions, and she bent over shedding tears that were falling over the roots of the old oak tree. Lucia was struggling at the same time with the thoughts of the decision of obeying her bishop and not being able this time to offer to Our Lady this sacrifice. "I am sorry, but I have to retract what I promised. I shall not go. I will not go away from this place."
não vou, não deixo este lugar. Então,
At this moment, She felt someone touch her right shoulder, which makes her look up,
virou-se
sees Our Lady at her side,
e viu Nossa Senhora.
and in this moment of emotion, she sees the very serene and amiable look of the Blessed Mother, who tells her, "Here I am a seventh time to tell you that you have to obey your bishop. This is the will of God." And from this moment on, started the way forward for Lucia. She entered the religious order that had taken care of her in her youth,
Mensagem que pediu.
and said, "I shall come yet another time to ask for the devotion of the 5 first Saturdays and for the consecration arranged to my Immaculate Heart."
So, the obedience of Sister Lucy, it's important to say that it's a free will obedience. She was never imposed by anyone to be obedient, but she was obedient because she loved God, she loved Our Lady, and she loved to be obedient to their law and to love them all. So, this was the definitive yes that Sister Lucy have done to Our Lady. She became very ugly at that moment because she was confronted with the possibility of fail a promise that she had done to Our Lady. During the apparitions, the normal apparitions, Our Lady had asked her if the little children were disposed to be obedient to and to accept every sacrifices that God will send to them in order to save souls. And Lucy had told yes. And now she was confronted with not to save the world that she had done. She was 14 years old. She had lost the cousins a few years ago. She was alone, and the bishop was asking her to leave the land, to leave everyone that she was a friend, to leave the mother, and do not contact with the family because they wanted her far away from all this phenomenon. And Lucy began to be very sad. She began to think that she was not available to do what she had promised. She went to cover the area. She began to cry, and it was when Our Lady told that she had to do the will of God. So, from that moment, Sister Lucy said yes to the plan of Our Lady, to the plan of God. And the obedience of Sister Lucy, we could see it in every aspect of her life. In the Carmel, she was obedient, freely obedient to the sisters. She loved to help the sisters. She had timetables just equal as any other nun. No difference for Sister Lucy. She did every work that any other nun used to do. She worked on provision, on supply, on the kitchen, on the garden, on the sacristy. She was a worker as any other nun. So, this is the humility of Sister Lucy that never wanted to be different. Other thing that Sister Lucy accepted with a free will and with a joy that we cannot imagine was the suffering. Sister Lucy suffered. All of us know that when we come older, we began to suffer certain diseases. It's normal. And Sister Lucy has arthritis, very hard arthritis, anemia, a little bit of anemia, and later began to suffer of heart disease. Sister Lucy always was obedient to my prescription, to my rules, to things that I used to tell her to do. I want to tell you that she was not, it was not an obedience, a blind obedience. She used to joke even with me. And this shows you exactly what I heard, I have finished to tell you, that she was full of joy. When I, for example, to tell you a little story, when I was going for holidays for a foreign country, I used to ask her, Sister Lucy, you want me to bring you some gift? And she used to tell me, oh yes, bring me a new leg because I need one. I cannot work with this one that I have. Or in other way, please get me away 20 years from my age and I will be okay. Another story, for example, when she had pain on the leg, I said to her to use a band. Is it a band? Sorry for my bad English, but I think it's yes. And she put it and told me, oh, these doctors, I can't understand them. So I complained of my leg, and they asked me to compress my womb. What kind of doctor is this? Things like that. She was always joking about everything. So the suffering was one thing that she accepted with joy. And in the last moment, I had the most the experience most impressive that I can tell you, because I was present at the moment of the death. Sister Lucy, during the last months of the death, stayed very, very fragile, very weak, lay down on the bed, and we were taking care, of course, day and night. And I remember that it was a Sunday, the day she died. It was a Sunday, the 13th of February, in 2005. And in the morning she was in full conscience. She was always in full mind until almost the moment of the death. She received a letter from Pope John Paul II at that moment, at that morning, and the Bishop of Coimbra went to give the letter to her. I went there to the Carmel before go to Mass. I have been with her, and she pointed with the finger and made the signs that she wanted to read herself. She was laid down on the bed. The Mother Prioress put the paper in front of her, put the glasses, and she read the document entirely. After finishing this moment, she started to sleep. I went to Mass, and after Mass I came back to see her. She was sleeping deeply, and deeply, every moment more deeply. I went to have my lunch. I came back, and Mother Prioress told me that she was indeed I confirmed she was in coma from that moment. I have asked to my nun to go about 5 o'clock, more or less, to put an intravenous. But I, at 3 o'clock, was in the Carmel again. At 4:30, 4:45, the bishop came again to the Carmel. Entered. We were all in the room of Sister Lucy, in the cell. She was in coma, really in coma. And the bishop asked me if it was arrived the moment of the death. I answered to him that maybe human, on the point of view of a human being, I will think so, but to God nothing is impossible, so I couldn't answer clearly to that question. So we started to pray, kneeled by me and Bishop by the left side, Mother Prioress by the right side, and all the nuns around the bed. And just before finishing the prayer, the bishop, before he stops finish the prayer, Sister Lucy opened the eyes. It was such a calm atmosphere. Sister Lucy, that was in coma, opened the eyes, looked at me, looked at the bishop, looked around all the nuns, fixed the eyes in the eyes of the Mother Selena, and she showed her the crucifix that was holding in the hands, and Sister Lucy opened the eyes in a way that I cannot describe, as she was astonished, seeing I don't know what. And at that moment that she opened the eyes, she closed them and passed away. And we start to pray and to sing, and it was such an emotional atmosphere that I cannot describe. You understand me? So even in suffering, Sister Lucy was like this. But if you don't mind, we could see what she wrote in the book about suffering too. In the second of 3 further apparitions, our Lord appeared as perfect man, and Our Lady as the Lady of Sorrows. What's the meaning of this apparition? I'm not absolutely certain. However, in expressing my own humble opinion, I say that this apparition is a call to the practice of the Christian life as Jesus and His Mother lived it here on earth.
Jesus lived in the world as a perfect man who did His Father's will in all things. And the will that Jesus is to fulfill is that He should not lose any of those whom the Father has entrusted to Him, but that He should save them and raise them up on the last day.
In the call of the message, we also have the apparition of Our Lady as Our Lady of Sorrows, with the meaning that we must not fail to recall. By means of this vision, God will have wished to show us the value of suffering, sacrifice, and immolation for the sake of love. Life brings with it the martyrdom of the cross. There is no one in the world who does not have to suffer in some way. We have inherited the mystery of suffering as a consequence of the sin committed by the first parents of the human race.
Because you have eaten of the tree of which I command you, you shall not eat of it. Cursed is the ground because of you. In toil you shall eat of it all the days of your life.
The reference here is to the suffering, of which all human beings are subject.
The Church calls her the Mother of Sorrows, Our Lady of Sorrows, because in her heart she suffered the martyrdom of Christ with Him and by His side. It is through the merits of Christ that all suffering has value and purifies us from sin. It is by our union with Christ that suffering can make us victims pleasing to the Father and make us holy. When he was dying in agony on the cross, Jesus gave her to us all as mother in the person of Saint John. Behold your mother.
So we have inherited in our lives the suffering. Just why? Just to achieve in ourselves what missed in the sacrifice of Christ in the cross. So we have to suffer. And if we give a different aspect by love, if we suffer by love, we give another face to the suffering. We accept him, and we can save all many souls that are hurting God every day, in every time, and by all of the world. So that's why Sister Lucy accepted. She was not a person who loved the suffering, of course, but offering it by love, she accepted it in a way that it was an example for all of us, even to me, of course. Sister Lucy was, besides she was a person, an obedient, and she knew everything that was outside of the Carmel. She knew that people was used to hurt and to sin, you know what is happening all around the world. So she became very sad too, of course, but she was full of hope. And this hope that she lived, she used to find, because she remembered when Our Lady promised to her that at the end of the Immaculate Heart will triumph. This is the mercy. This is the mercy of God, because God is mercy, and is always, the love of God is for each of one. Please, sorry for my English. It's for everyone personally, and she knew that very well. So she had a vision in Tui in the year 1929, when she was in Spain, because in Portugal the orders at certain time were extinguished, and she had to go to Spain. She stayed there for some years, and when she was in Tui, she had a vision when she was in meditation in front of the tabernacle, in the altar, and that was the apparition that she took of the Holy Trinity, with the Father, the Son in the cross, and the Holy Spirit. And the Immaculate Heart of Mary was besides her right side, just interceding. So that's why Our Lady, that's why Sister Lucy had a love so intense to Our Lady and to Immaculate Heart, the devotion of the Immaculate Heart, because she looked like her, like a mother interceding to the salvations of the souls. And the left side, coming from the left side of the blood, the drops of blood, it was the words grace and mercy. So the mercy is present in every message that Our Lady used to do or had done, and always pointing to the Son and to the love, the merciful love of God and merciful love of Jesus. Sister Lucy told me once, when we were having a chat and with Mother Selina, about the 5 luminous mysteries of the Rosary. In the year 2000, Pope went to the beatification to Portugal, to Fatima, you know, and at that year later, he instituted the mysteries, the luminous mysteries in the Rosary. And Sister Lucy loved them very much, and she told me why. And we make a link in this time because she explained that it was for her one more experience of the mercy of God, merciful love of God. Because she told, in the first mystery, luminous mystery, what we see? Okay. We see in the luminous mystery, first mystery, the baptism of Jesus. And so it represents what? Represents that God is presenting Jesus as to salvation. Please, this is my beloved Son. Please listen to him. So God is presenting Jesus. In the second mystery, we see in the wedding of Cana, Our Lady interceding again and telling this, do everything what he asks you to do. In the third mystery, and presenting Jesus to expose the plan of salvation of God, so that we see in the third mystery, Jesus commanding that you have to love God above everything and above everybody, and love your neighbor as yourself. So it's the plan of God. In first mystery, presenting; in second, Our Lady interceding; in third mystery, Jesus himself presenting; in fourth mystery, in the Transfiguration, the God is again calling the attention. This is my beloved Son. Please listen to him. And at least we have the most incredible proof of love that Jesus gave to us. He decided to stay between us. So the institution of the Eucharist, the institution of the Holy Communion, it was the way that the love of God, merciful love of love of God, found just to stay between us, alive in blood, in flesh, and stay with us for forever, you know. So we have to nourish our souls in order to save and to trust the mercy of God, love of God, because to love God above all and to love our neighbors as ourselves, it's the 2 great commandments as Jesus taught us. Thank you very much.